This becomes a piece that can set the kind of the scene where it gives people the big overview. There we go. It gives people the big overview of everything that's happening, and we mix it with this kind of content that gives you the direct pieces where you don't have what's happening behind here. You don't need that.
Because realistically, for that to be doing a 360, they're going to be completely ignoring this whole situation over here. That's not realistic.
Yeah. But this way, you've got this to kind of set the whole thing. Everybody can kind of come in here and watch and see what's happening here. You've got the ambulance, what might be happening back there. If there's a crowd here, what might be happening out here too. But then we kind of cheat ourselves a little bit to give ourselves a window into what's happening here.
Yeah, there is something to that, because you could at that point give direction within the video and say, okay, because they'll be looking here ideally, but you could say, okay, now if you look behind the patient, you'll see the ambulance coming in, so they could have the ambulance pulling in. So you could use the 360 that way.
That becomes a way to cover the total thing, whereas now you're going in here and they get to whatever kind of marker or a section, and now we're going to flip over to the provider view, what's going on with the provider.
Yeah, well, realistically, if I'm the provider, the issue that we've discussed, and I mentioned to you this morning when you stopped up to the office, is that if you're moving a lot, is that just going to make people sick, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll send you some stuff that I shot on my motorcycle with this. I think what it comes down to is if you've got motion like this, it's not that bad. If you got motion that's like this, it's really annoying.
The other option is that it could be, the provider doesn't have to be a real person. The provider could be a tripod, right? So there could be victim and 4 providers, but that one just doesn't have any arms, so it doesn't do anything.
Well, because we could bring something in that brings it up to here like this.
That's another. Yeah.
So then it's
Which
in
could
here.
also be a tripod.
Yeah, because it comes in as an angle into here,
Right.
so it's above you, the patient, whereas you can still see everything that happens. But
Crane shot. You mean a crane shot?
I don't. I'd like to play with that and see, because there is something to have it with the natural motions that goes with this.
Well, we can just double both and then see how it works.
Because the downside of having it on the patient,
Yeah.
just on the head, is that if they're completely in a supine position, then they're not going to probably see down. They're just seeing straight up, right?
No, they're saying.
They're going to see.
They're seeing the patient, but they're not seeing their own body.
No, unless
So if
we.
anything's worked on from the body's perspective, you don't see that.
Well, unless we kind of cheat it so it ends up being a little bit so it's coming down on the body or something. Or the head is propped up a little bit more so you can see down there, and that gives you a way to see what might be happening there. But maybe you don't want this. Maybe you want really more of like what's happening. How do you keep them calm? The patient's freaking out, or what are you after from the patient?